Let me introduce myself. My name is Riza Afriza. My name number is 061. My program study is electrical engineering. Today I will presentation about occupational health and safety. OHS history. King Hammurabi of the Babylonian Empire states in his code, if a builder constructs a house for someone and does not complete the work properly, resulting in the house collapsing and causing the death of owner, then the builder shall be put to death. Purpose of the law. The purpose is the purpose of this regulation is to emphasize professional responsibility and ensure that construction work is carried out to high standards to prevent damage and hazard that could harm others. In 1940, Domenico Fontana, who was tasked with constructing the obelisk in the middle of St. Patrick Peter Square in Rome, mandated that workers to wear steel helmets. OHS development history. Work compensation law. Regardless of whatever the accident occurred due to the victim's fault or not, the individual is entitled to compensation if the accident happened while at work. It must be proved that the accident was not caused by the victim's fault. If it is proven that the accident occurred due to victim negligence, then compensation is not granted. However, since victims are often in a vulnerable position, this requirement frequently disadvantages them. As a result, the regulation was eventually changed to provide compensation regardless of whether the victim was at fault or not. Hierarchy of OHS legislation. Law is the highest legislation in Indonesia. In the context of OHS, several laws serve as the main foundation, including Law Number 1 of 1970 on occupational safety and Law Number 13 of 2003 on manpower. The laws set out basic principles and obligations that must be followed by all parties involved in the world of work. Legal basis of OHS. Law Number 1 of 1970 on occupational safety is indeed the main legal basis governing occupational health and safety in Indonesia. The law plays a crucial role in establishing the basic principles and general provision that must be adhered to by all parties involved in the working world. The following are some important points regulated in Law Number 1 of 1970 on occupational safety. Number 2, general provision. This law regulates various aspects related to OHS. Starting from important definition, the responsibilities of the government, employee, responsibilities worker right, and obligation, to the procedure for law enforcement in case of OHS violation. And number three, basic principles. This law establishes basic principles that must be followed by implementing OHS in the workplace. These principles include the principle of accident prevention and work-related illness, the principle of safe and healthy work environment arrangement, the principle of responsibility, and the principle of cooperation between the government employees and worker. And next, working hours based on law number 13 of 2003. According to law number 13 of 2003 on manpower, UUK 13 2003, employees are required to work 40 hours each week. Two systems can be used to categorize the working hours, specifically 6 working days a week, 7 works 7 working hours in a single day, 5 working days a week, 8, 8 hours of work in one day. Overtime is defined as working more than 40 hours per week. Legal basis of OHS. Basic principles. This law establishes basic principles that must be followed in implementing OHS in the workplace. These principles include the principles of accident prevention and work-related illness, the principle of safe and healthy work environment arrangement, and principle of responsibility, and the principle of cooperation between the government employers and workers. Employers' responsibilities. This law stipulates the employers have the responsibility to create a safe and healthy work environment for workers. They must take various preventive measures such as providing protection to workers, providing safe work equipment, conducting OHS training, and regularly implementing OHS program. And last is worker right and obligation. This law also regulate the right and obligation of worker related to OHS. Workers have the right to work in a safe and healthy environment and to be protected from the risk of work related accident and illness. In addition, in addition, they also have the obligation to comply with applicable OHS regulation and participate in OHS prevention effort in the workplace. Okay, the next is definition of OHS. OHS is occupational health is health condition aimed at ensuring workers achieve the highest possible degree of health, but physically, mentally, and socially. Top effort to prevent and treat disease or health disorder caused by work and the work environment, as well as general illness. Purpose of OHS. Number one, protecting worker and other in both formal and informal workplace. Two, ensuring that every protection resource is used safely and efficiently. Number three, guaranteeing that the protection process runs smoothly. Number four, supervising the 4M: manpower, material, machinery, and work method to create a safe and comfortable working environment, thereby preventing accident. And last, now number five, preventing loss or damage to tools, material, or protection. Principles of OHS. Every job can be done safely. Accident always have cause. The causes of accident must be prevented or eliminated. Working safely means knowing the work to be done, understanding the step or process of the job, identifying the dangers involved, knowing how to control the dangers. And next, importance of OHS. The first is protect employees from illness, sadness, loss of future, and loss of income. Number two, save families from sadness and uncertainty about their future, as well as loss of income. And last, save companies from losing worker, incurring costs due to accident, loss of time due to halted activities, training or replacing injured worker, and even potential production stoppage. Hazard control action. Hierarchy of control is the first elimination, substitution, engineering control, administrative control, and personal protective equipment. Accident cost. We have direct cost and indirect cost. Indirect cost, including compensation cost, treatment or medical cost, equipment repair, and investigation cost. And now indirect cost, including loss of time from co-worker due to work stoppage, lost time due to employees assisting the victim, retraining costs, and lost work time. Last, lost time spent dealing with what just happened. Ergonomic definition. Ergonomic is the study of human interaction with other system components to achieve optimal design related to human well-being and overall system performance, including how body position and movement are used when walking, what equipment is used, and what are the effects of worker health and comfort. The benefit of ergonomic: increase productivity. It means an ergonomic workplace will make worker comfortable, not quickly fatigued, and use physical effort more efficiently. Avoidance of occupational disease risk. Prevent uncomfortable working position that result in excessive continuous pressure on the musculoskeletal system. Prevent eye strain and imitation. Increase comfort. A well-organized workplace provides a better experience and satisfaction. avoidance of stress, and high cognitive load. Provides recommendation on rest, relaxation, and stretching time at work. Ergonomic control. Ergonomic can be controlled to adjust the workplace to fit the worker. Ergonomic control aim to maintaining the worker body in a good position and reduce work risk. It should accommodate all kind of worker. Ergonomic control is categorized into three main types. Number one, technical control. Number two, administrative control. And number three, work method. Okay, now I will explain about technical control. A preferred method because it is more permanent and effective in eliminating ergonomic risk. Workplace, material or object or storage and operation design, equipment use, work methods. Focus on how to how the job is performed, such as using good body mechanic, keeping the body in a neutral position, and as administrative control relate to how work is organized, such as work schedule, jobs, jobs rotation, break time allocation, training program, maintenance program, and repair program. Ergonomic application. We have three application and ergonomic. Uh, Number one, working position. Number two, work process. And number three, workplace layout. I will explain one by one. Working position. Working position consists of sitting and standing position. This is the sitting position where the feet are not hidden by weight and remain stable while walking. The standing position where the spine is vertical and body weight is evenly distributed on both feet. Work process. Worker can reach walk tool according to their position while working their body size. Workplace layout. This place should be clearly visible while walking. International symbols are more commonly used than words. What is pollutant? Pollutant is a substance is classified as a pollutant if its presence cause harm to living organisms. Characteristic of pollutant is being present in quantities greater than normal at an inappropriate time and in an appropriate place. These are several types of pollutant. Three types of pollutant: chemical pollutant, physical pollutant, and biological pollutant. Chemical pollutant, including substances that cause pollutant, such as carbon dioxide. Physical pollutant, solid, liquid, or gases. Substances that cause pollution, such as plastic bottle. And biological pollutant, various microorganisms that cause disease, such as bacteria. Types of pollution. We have 5 types. Top 9 is water pollution, air pollution, soil pollution, noise pollution, and light pollution. I will explain it all. Water pollution occurs when harmful substances enter water bodies. Example of pollutant include industrial wa- wastewater, pesticide, and other. Air pollution occurs when pollution in the form of gas or particulate matter enter the air. Example, carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. Soil pollution occurs when pollutants enter the soil, often due to household waste and industrial waste. Example, plastic waste and factory waste. Noise pollution. Pollution in the form of sound wave, usually disturbing noise. Example, vehicle engine noise and factory noise. And light pollution caused by human activity, usually in the form of excessively intense light, often occur in urban or industrial areas. Example, city light, billboard light, and other. Global warming. With the increasing human population, the high demand for cloth, food, and shelter creates problems for global warming. Carbon dioxide pollution from fossil fuel combustion for industry and transportation, forest fire, methane gas, and more will gradually lead to climate change and global warming. This, this significantly affect the existence of life on Earth. Degradation solution. Bioremediation is divided into 2 types. Ex situ. Effort to restore the environment are carried out by excavating contaminated material to be treated as well. In situ. Effort to restore the environment are carried out directly at the contaminated site, often assisted by other organisms to ensure the success of the recovery process. Job safety analysis. JSA or job safety analysis is a systematic procedure that breaks each job or task into key training sequence, identifies safety element of each job or task step, and coach the employee on how to avoid potential safety hazard. Using GSR. Practice GSR. Planet observation of GSR management. Discuss as a safety talk and review if there is a KKJSR is easy to get. Accident prevention, management commitment, determination of GSR in OHS, accountability, GSR question training, approval GSR, and GSR management. Benefit of CSR. CSR has been proved to be one of the most effective accident prevention programs. CSR creation can be done at the supervisor level and by involving employees. Can be used as a training or meeting material with employees. Be a guide for employees to do their work properly and can be used as a reference during accident investigation. 5S. 5S is short, sit in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. 5S definition. 5S is a process and method for creating and maintaining a high performance workplace that is neat, clean, and safe. 5S enable everyone to discuss between normal and abnormal conditions at a glance. The process of changing attitude by implementing workplace hygiene practices. 5S is the basis for systematic and continuous improvement for zero defect, cost reduction, and safe work area through the implemental of all employees and the commitment of top management. Benefit of 5S. 5S can be used as a management barometer. 5S is the first step in continuous improvement. 5S operate on the principle action speak louder than word. 5S change the way of thinking and behaving. A good system alone is not enough, but there must be a system that changes behavior to be responsible. 5S goals. The first is safety. Paying attention to the little things make work safer. Number 2, efficiency. 3 minutes can make a difference. Number 3, improve quality. And number 4, prevent wasting time. And yes, that's all I can explain about it. I regret if there have been any misconception. Thanks for the consideration. Thank you.